Good afternoon, beer buffs, and today I'm drinking a pale ale from Maine beer company called Peeper.
He's a peeper, that one. Watch out for him. I wouldn't trust him.
Well, I hope you trust me to give you a decent review of this one. Look at the cool bottle cap. I'm keeping that for my collection. Gonna make a bar top with all beer bottle caps. More tat. So anyway, let's get a pour on. This is I've had a beer from these guys before. I'll talk about that when I list the beers, but got the old pint glass. Let's get a pour in, eh? So this was what I picked up from that Specs, that really cool beer shop I was telling you about last time, and I got a few different beers. There's a better pour, eh? Full pint, I think, this one. Now, I kind of, I'm not cheap or anything, but I was looking through all the bomber beers, the bigger beers. Most of them are like, they range between $6, $7 up to like $12, $15. This one was $2.99, cheap as chips. And I had a couple of different ones from Maine Beer Company. Very kind of clean finish to the bottle. So I was like, man, that's a bargain. Obviously it depends on the taste. I might change my tune on that, but so what we're talking about here, it's a pale ale. So this one, they started working on this actual recipe in 2009. So single recipe. Okay. Yeah, well, like I say, it's a pale ale. They describe it as just a dry, clean, well balanced and generous dosey dough of American hops. So does smell clean and hoppy for sure. It's definitely strong on the hops. Kind of a little flat. Yeah, that's pretty good. I've been having a lot of hoppy beers recently. Sometimes hops get too much for me, I like to mix up a bit, and some of these beers are way too hoppy. Now this is my personal opinion, is probably slightly a bit too bitter hop for my liking. Refreshing enough though. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, so it's a 5.5% pale ale, and as I say, Maine Beer Company just basically tells you where it is. It's up in a little town, well, I guess it's a city in the northern state of Maine called Freeport. And I did do my geography, and it had a look, and it's kind of more South Maine. Excuse me, just had a bit of Chinese, so I'm a bit stuffed anyway from ET. So yeah, Maine is right up there. It's up in the top northeast corner, and honestly, they have a great Instagram account, and it's beautiful. The brewery itself, gorgeous and wild around it, and they showed some beers in the snow and such like that. So kind of cool. Hear a car. I wonder if the wife's getting home. A good wife. Yeah, so like I say, they were founded in 2009 by brothers David and Daniel Kliban. I hope I'm saying that right. Probably not. So they were determined to create a company centered around social responsibility, and the motto is do what's right, and they have that plastered all over the bottle, which is kind of cool. Well, not all over the bottle, but yeah, it is on there. And it's a motto that is forefront of every decision they make and how they treat their employees, which I like, and to the beer we brew, to taking care of the world around us. which you'll see is more prominent as I go along. We are known primarily for our IPAs. I have had one of the IPAs actually. I might grab one of those next time, and pale ales obviously, but our commitment to the environment as a member of the 1% of the planet. Now the 1% is something I had a little look at. The 1% is called 1% for the planet. Pretty cool organization. Putting the people and the planet over profit. 1% of the planet represents the global network of businesses, individuals and non-profit organizations tackling our planet's most pressing environmental issues. You know, fair play on that. That's great. It's and there's a few that I know, and there's a few you may have heard of. It's cool that this brewery's part of it. Rewild in Europe is one part of the 1%. Which is called National Forest Foundation, and one I know very well in Britain is OXO. OXO cubes are gravy cubes, and they make gravy and other kind of associated meat, vegetable tasting blocks and stuff like that. You know, it's food, so that's kind of cool. It's nice to learn about that, and there's a bunch more, you know, so look them up, have a look what they do. It's quite interesting. I'm going off the brewery a little bit, but yeah. So check out the website itself and Instagram. Pretty darn good actually, you know, fair play. But yeah, as this beer, it's all right. It's not just popping out for me, but you know, it's a nice pale ale. So I'm going to list a couple of beers that these guys do. So IPAs, like I said, like they say, they focus on the IPAs quite big time, you know. So they have one called Lunch. Just called Lunch, and that's an IPA. The Peeper, which I'm drinking, obviously is a pale ale. They have a few of those. They have one called Dinner as well, which is an IPA, running theme there. I wonder if they have a breakfast IPA. Now one I've had actually is called Mean Old Tom, and it's a stout. It's a 6.5% stout, so check that one out if you can. I did enjoy that, I recall. And they also have, what else have they got? Oh, so they have one called Zoe, which is a red ale. That sounds nice. And they also have a porter called King Titus. So there you go, there's a few on that front for you. Now then, on to this. Do you know what? It is what it is. It's kind of hoppy. It is refreshing. It's going to be a solid 7 for me. You know, they've done their stuff. For me, it's not really popping hugely. So yeah, I think a 7 is good on this one. For Peeper. Anyway, folks, thanks. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you enjoy my videos, my beer reviews. I am swinging by a new brewery possibly on Thursday, so I may do something then. We'll have to see. If not, I'll be back with some specials on the weekend. So anyway, cheers folk, and enjoy the rest of your week. Ta-ra.